Thanks for staying with us here on a Tuesday, SportsWrap Daily, where we are diving into the NBA Cup. The Emirates Cup tickets went on sale today, the third rendition of this tournament, which has weeded out some pretenders from the actual contenders so far in its iteration. And you saw the brackets in the last pool. Chris noted that Group C in the West is really going to be a problem, mainly because it had the Denver Nuggets, Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors, and the San Antonio Spurs. Let's park it right there because I'm sure you all have heard about the guy, Victor Wembanyama. Let me just tell you, there are a half dozen or so plays at least every single game where he will break your basketball brain with plays that you just didn't feel were possible. He was 7'3" listed as a rookie last 2 seasons ago entering the league. And they said, I don't know if he's really 7'3". He was 7'4" last year. This year, people think he's 7'5", possibly even taller. With shoes, I wouldn't doubt it. His wingspan touches the rim nearly from vert. He had a monster game to start the season against the first overall pick, Cooper Flagg, and the Dallas Mavericks. 30-plus points. He followed that up with a triple-double. Almost. He was one block shy of a triple-double. He had 9 blocks. This guy, that was against the Pelicans. A handful of those came on Zion Williamson. And mind you, as he's guarding the rim and dunking, nearly standing up still, he's also shooting the ball from multiple steps behind half court, draining them, nothing but net. This guy is must see. I don't think that the scouting report is out on him because what do you do to literally slow him down? Right behind him is Dylan Harper, second overall draft pick in this year's draft class. So this San Antonio team that also has the reigning rookie of the year. So you go back to Wemby's rookie year, then you get Stephon Castle, the next rookie of the year. Now you got Dylan Harper, second overall pick. They added De'Aaron Fox. This team is very, very good is what I'm saying. But it starts with Wembanyama, who is unstoppable so far in year 3. He's not the only one. We're got to talk about the Lakers while we're out here in Vegas because they played a preseason game here. And, we're sort of a home away from home to many, many Laker fans, myself included. This is something that is just more than rare, right? Austin Reeves, career high. 51 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. He nearly triple-doubled. And this was against it was against Portland, I believe. I'll figure that out. That's beside the point, really. The graphic up there is all 50-point scorers for the Lakers this century, okay? There's only been 5. Austin Reeves is the latest one, the 5th. The other 4, the usual suspects, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq, LeBron, and Anthony Davis scored 50 a combined 7 times with the Lakers. Kobe did it 25. 25 times he went for more than 50 points. That's the Mamba. We got to give him a shout out. But we're also paying attention to Austin Reeves, who's been incredible to start the season. He's the number 1 shooting guard in fantasy right now. And this last 2 games now were without Luka Doncic. And you take away Luka and you take away LeBron, and many people probably, myself included, might think that this Lakers team is a joke after you remove those guys. Austin Reeves showed that, hey, we still might be formidable. And though that's not the final version, that may indicate that when LeBron and Luka are playing, that this team really could be a contender. But that remains to be seen in a very competitive Western Conference. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So we got to see how this team holds up, how the new pieces, Marcus Smart is getting involved. DeAndre Ayton finally had a really good game against his old Portland team. So we're going to keep our eyes on the Lakers. Shout out to Austin Reeves. One heck of a performance. We're also following the first overall pick, Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg had his breakout game finally after a couple of days of, let's call it underwhelming, but the kid's 18. He's still getting his NBA footing. He's still getting the feel for the pace, and Coach Jason Kidd has him playing point guard right now, but he had a really good breakaway dunk. That was part of a 22-point night where Yeah, it looks like he arrived in terms of the plays he was making on the court. So Cooper Flagg, first overall pick from Duke. He is from the state of Maine. His nickname growing up was the Main Event. Reclassified so that way he can enter the NBA a year early. Reclassified before entering college. So he was supposed to be in college right now. Instead, he's playing on the Mavericks, and Dallas may have some struggles adjusting without Luka, but they got somebody who they can be very proud of to cling on to for the years to come. And over the weekend, I got out there on the court a little bit. I didn't dust off my basketball shoes, but I did lace the ones up all the way to the top, and for good reason. I was out on the court, matter of fact, during ComplexCon, AsiaCon in specific, which was a partnership with Chase Freedom Bank, where they hosted court giveaways. They had a shoot. They had a court where those who came by and stopped at their activation at ComplexCon could shoot around. They could watch celebrities stop by, get interviewed, get some tips from the one and only lethal shooter. His name is Chris Matthews. You saw a little bit of that interview yesterday. Let's go ahead and look at some of the tape of the highlights, we can call it, if you will. This first one it felt good coming off the hand. Yes, sir. Nah, man, me and Carlos were down there at the convention center on Saturday. Got a chance to talk with Chris Matthews, who is a viral influencer because he makes incredible one-of-one basketball shots. He shoots gummy bears into water bottles. He one-handed hook shots that go the whole length of the court through a spiked rim. This stuff is crazy. He's an innovator, and you heard in the interview yesterday, it started because he was a player. Player fell on hard times, and he had to make a way. So the message that he showed was really inspirational, really motivational, and the message was perseverance. You have to persevere. You have to lean on your strengths, and you use those tools to find a way that can make a living for you. And he's doing pretty well for himself now. While we were there also at the cashback court at ComplexCon, we did a one-on-one where he gave me a sample of what he does for the professionals. He went, this was abbreviated. This wasn't too long. I did break a little of a sweat. My quads are a little sore. My forearm is a little sore. I hadn't done some real specific skill training in recent years at all. So this was great. It motivated me to get back out there. But afterward, he shared that, hey, how I gave him some pointers and he fix his feet, square his feet up a little bit, tell him to snap that wrist. It's all in the details. And that's kind of what he shared with the crowd.
When you're wide open, you want to try your best to be fundamental. So what he started doing was, when he started missing a lot of shots, he started going back further, which is a big mistake. If you feel like you're not shooting good close, why should you step back? It's just like that when you're learning something in life. You want to start from the fundamental stage and then be elite. So if you want to be a rapper, you got to start off in the mirror by yourself. You're in the bathroom, you put in the work, and then you go in front of your friends, and then you rap it, and then you can be in front of the arena. To be an elite shooter is the same way. You want to start in close, get your muscle memory strong, and then step back, and then you can shoot in front of the big crowd. So the biggest change we made with his shot was he loved to step, was that left? He loved to step left. So we made a little change to make him step straight so he can try to have a better rhythm. Now, with that being said, another thing he was doing as well, he was really excited. And remember, if you want to be elite in anything in life, you never let the excitement get the best of you. So if you're playing in front of a big crowd or you're rapping in front of a big crowd, don't let the crowd control your anxiety. You control your anxiety and what you give out. And that's what I teach my clients with the art of shooting. If the crowd's saying you're a bum, who cares? If the crowd's not on your side, who cares? It's just like that in life. Everybody's not going to be on your side, but you got to block out the negativity like he was doing. He was missing a lot of shots. At first, he was worried about everybody watching him. Then I told him to calm down and don't worry about the crowd. And then that's how you block out the noise. So if you want to be elite in anything in life, it starts with you being fundamental and then stepping up to the next stage of life. All right?
There you have it. Hey, valuable tips. I will say it was a lot. It was on the fly. It was improv. I got a little nervous, but I did try to block out and apply some of the things that he said. And I will, hey, if you don't think he has any credibility, ask your kids, ask your cousins, nephews, neighbors about NBA 2K. Chris Matthews, lethal shooter, who we were just talking to, is the shooting coach virtually in the video game. So millions of players playing that game worldwide know exactly who Chris Matthews is. And it's pretty cool to say I'm in the small percentage of folks who've had a one-on-one lesson with Chris Matthews, and I'm sure I'll be a better player because of it. That does it for us here on Sports Wrap Daily. Plenty that we did not get to today. We're going to talk about the Raiders still back in action this weekend. Jacoby Myers on the trade block. The guy named Tyler Lockett, of course. We'll mention the president's granddaughter, getting out there on the LPGA course tour soon and going to college as an athlete. We'll talk about that. The UNLV Rebels are in action as well on Saturday. They're trying to keep their grip on a potential playoff opportunity coming out of the group of 5. So all of that's happening and more. Make sure you're tuned in here on Sports Wrap Daily, whether that be on the TV app, the website, or even on your cell phone, folks. We appreciate you staying with us here on a Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.